What a busy week it's been, and with Season 2 reveal coming out in a few hours after this video, it's going to be a busy week of content leading up to Season 2's launch next week. Well, let's talk about some more news we just got today. Hey guys, Nightfall here, and today XDefiant tweeted out to everyone an updated roadmap, and we got a ton of details and even some teasers to pick apart here. Let's go season by season, top to bottom, so we stay on track as much as possible. Let's get the easy stuff out of the way first. We're getting the Highwaymen faction from the Far Cry series. We've known this for quite some time now, as well as getting 3 new maps, 3 new weapons. And the first thing on this season 1 list that we didn't know, or at least I didn't know, is the new device coming. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I do recall hearing something about C4 coming, so that might be it, or it could be a smoke grenade, because we sorely need one in this game right now. We are also finally getting the bomb mode. And then the first real thing that I'm having some concern about here is the private matches having that beta tag on it. I did make a tweet about this yesterday, but I have a bad feeling this means that it will come to Ubisoft partners only for Season 2, similar to how Apex started their custom matches. So I'm hoping it's available to everyone from the start, and that beta tag doesn't really mean much of anything except it's a work in progress, which would be fine by me because at this point, I've already accepted the whole first year of this game is still in beta. Then we have limited time modes listed here, and I have heard about a 2v2v2 game mode coming, which could be fun, but they're talking about plural, which I'm wondering if this is just referring to the new map weekend playlist that we get, because any new game modes that come in should be permanent, not limited time. So the one thing that is missing from this top section is a new attachment. In a prior XD brief, they let us know that new attachments were coming and we were going to have one every season. More specifically, one next season. And for what it's worth, I don't see a new attachment listed anywhere on this roadmap. So I really wonder what happened with that. Moving down to the player progression section of Season 2, the first thing on here is event challenges, and by itself, this makes it sound like there's going to be events during Season 2, which I really hope we get a Halloween event of some sort. Not sure what else that means. If you know or have an idea what that means, let me know down in the comments. But then some good news, we're getting weapon XP for objective play. Huge W, waited way too long for this. Now no one has any excuse to not play the objective, except you're a bad teammate. Then to round out this section, we're getting faster battle pass progression, a new battle pass, obviously, and new ranked rewards. But we're also getting one new weapon mastery skin, which is questionable. And I'm hoping more of those event challenges will include some sort of weapon camo challenges, because only one new mastery camo is not enough, and my guess is if that's how they want to play it, the new mastery camo will be available at level 600. Now let's talk about some quality of life changes that we're going to be getting. Some mantle improvements is the first thing on here, which is news to me because it's the first time I've heard about this, and it should make those movement fiends pretty happy. Not to say that I haven't seen people jumping around Rockefeller, mantling off of all the walls in the middle of the map or anything. But we're also getting some player collision improvements, which Mark talked about in a tweet a while ago, about how you won't be running into your teammates or slipping through enemy players like a ghost anymore. And then they also say they're improving footstep audio, but I'm not going to hold my breath here because I've been waiting for over 8 years for Rainbow Six Siege to fix their footstep audio. But this is a different engine, so maybe they can cook something up. Then, as we previously talked about, the top 500 leaderboards will be coming in-game along with the new ranked voting that I discussed in a previous video, and then ranked loadouts. And I just want to clarify something on this because I've already seen some misunderstanding going on with what this means. And I think this means is we're going to be getting a separate section with more custom loadout spots that we can make just for ranked. This is not going to be weapons that are preset that they force you to use in ranked. So if you're thinking that, don't. But that about covers Season 2. Now there is a note at the very bottom that basically says some things will come with season launch, others with mid-season patches. So not everything listed here will be coming all at once with the season drop. But I wonder if it's possible that without it saying more coming soon, if they will add more things along the way. Surely we'll have mid-season weapon balancings and whatnot that they just can't predict right now, but it looks like we probably won't get any major events with Season 2. But let's head on over to Season 3, and the first thing we get here is a silhouette of the new faction. And even if I hadn't seen previous leaks or anything about this, I'd still be like, hey, that looks a lot like the assassins from Assassin's Creed. So it'll be interesting to see which one they pull from, as it's probably not going to be the new one coming out soon. But with the new faction, we are getting the usual 3 new weapons, 3 new maps, but then something interesting here, we're getting a new map type and game mode. The clue here is a new game mode. So what new game mode would need to bring in its own map type? Very interesting and infuriating, because now it's going to keep me up at night thinking about what this could possibly be. Let me know down in the comments what ideas you all have on that. But chugging along with season 3, we're also getting a bots mode, which I thought we already had that because some of the lobbies I get in unranked just be full of bots. In fact, someone actually shared this screenshot in my Discord with me yesterday, and I'm not entirely sure what all that's about. But jokes aside, we should also get some more limited time game modes and private matches comes out of beta. Then the player progression section of year 3 looks amazing. We're going to be getting daily rewards, hopefully similar to the ones that we're currently getting for the end of season 1, which, by the way, here's your reminder to go and snag those for today. Then we're also getting prestige, which we knew about, faction mastery and badges, along with the usual new ranked rewards and battle pass. Now, prestige has been a much awaited feature that should keep players grinding for something. But faction mastery sounds interesting, and I'm wondering what all they'll add with that. Will it be a career mastery similar to the weapon skins? Or is it going to be an in-game mastery where once you achieve a certain score or a certain amount of kills, you get new perks? The naming being mastery makes me think it'll be more like the weapon mastery we currently have, so it'll be more of a career thing. This next part is rather peculiar because it says we're going to be getting the kill cams a whole season after Bomb. So now I really want to know what the holdup was with Bomb this whole time, if they told us they were going to be giving it to us in season 1 and then moved it back to season 2. Did they just bite off more than they could chew? But then another curious part of all of this is the improved first time experience. So clearly they're putting a lot of effort into first impressions to keep people interested in the game. And just my 2 cents on this, the whole welcome playlist just ain't it. So if they're keeping that around, it just seems like a waste of space, because the number of level 25s and under that I've seen in my lobbies is insane. People just aren't playing the welcome playlist for whatever reason. And first impressions, I don't think, is why a lot of people leave. A lot of people leave because there's nothing to grind for, nothing to play for, which a lot of this season 2 update looks like it should address that along with season 3. But they also leave because of things like cheaters and smurfs. They just end up making the game not fun. And once you quit the game enough times, eventually you stop coming back. So sure, all these changes and updates are nice, and the ongoing improvements to netcode and stuff like that is good, but they still have some bigger fish to fry. But then to round out season 3, it looks like we're also finally getting the ranked rejoin and the ranked sanctions. And these two sort of go hand in hand and would be useless to come in by themselves, because if you just bring in ranked rejoin, 99% of the time, if someone leaves a ranked game, they're not coming back. But with the sanctions, this will stop a lot more people from leaving in the first place, and also stop the dumb exploit where teams have 2 dedicated people leave so they don't lose any points. And now we get to season 4, and the silhouette of the new faction here looks pretty familiar, but I just can't place it. I've tried messing around with the color scheme and the code name to come up with something, but nothing really makes any sense right now, and I'm at a loss on this one. So you'll have to do your own detective work and let me know in the comments what you think this faction's going to be. But we do get the usual stuff again: 3 new maps, 3 new weapons, another new device, and something new, a major event takeover. This sounds huge, and knowing that season 4 should start right around the end of March, beginning of April of 2025, what major event could they bring to this game at that point? Put your guesses down in the comment, but down to the player progression, it looks like weapon mastery will be getting a revamp, so maybe I won't have to grind all my weapons to level 500 plus to get basic skins like silver and gold. Then it says weapon skin challenges, which actually answers the question I posed earlier when we talked about the event challenges. So it looks like those 2 things are separate. So what the hell are event challenges? Year 4 rounds out with obviously a new battle pass and new rank rewards, and then finally getting a vote to surrender option, which I'm assuming you'll probably need all 4 teammates' votes to do that, or at least all the people that are left. Season 4 is the only one on here that lists more coming soon, so we'll need to wait until the next time they update the roadmap to see what that means. But in the meantime, this game is looking far from dead. In fact, the year 1 roadmap update came out with a blog post where they told us as much. The rest of this blog post talks about the netcode and packets and how they're fixing it and just working on it. And also they mentioned they brought on even more people to work on the netcode and hit reg. So no need to worry, they are addressing those issues, but if the game was dying, why would they be allowed to bring on more people to work on stuff? So every day that passes, it's looking more and more like that Tom Henderson article was just an attempt to sabotage the game while Call of Duty pushed out its beta. In fact, the Black Ops 6 beta was the longest beta of any COD, at least that I can remember. So they tried to do everything they could to get people off of XDefiant. And a lot of people wonder how much they pay people like Blame Truth to glaze this game. I wonder how much Activision paid Tom Henderson to write that article. Purely speculation, of course. Maybe he didn't get paid, maybe he just got bad info, who knows. But that whole thing did work for a bit, but after seeing this roadmap, I think a lot more people will come back, especially with the addition of private matches. I really can't wait to host my own games, tournaments, events, and all that kind of stuff with the private matches coming out. And hopefully they're not locked behind being a Ubisoft creator at first. So yeah, as you're watching this, the Season 2 reveal trailer is either already out or will be out in a few hours. So make sure you tune in to the Ubisoft YouTube at 1 p.m. Eastern time to check all that out. And I'll catch you in tomorrow's video breaking down that entire reveal.